Good morning, children. Hurry up, join soon so that we can start the class. So, children, in the last class, we had started the chapter respiration in organisms. In that class, we came to know that respiration is the process of breakdown of food in the living cells to give out energy. We intake food in order to obtain energy out of it. Okay, children? So, the process of breakdown of food in the living cells in order to give out energy is known as respiration. Since it is taking place in living cells, so it is also known as cellular respiration. What it is known as, children? Cellular respiration. Okay. So now, depending upon the availability of oxygen, respiration is of two types. Respiration, such type of respiration which takes place in abundant supply of oxygen is known as aerobic respiration. What it is known as, children? Aerobic respiration. Okay. So, and such respiration in which the breakdown of food takes place in the limited supply or in complete absence of oxygen is known as anaerobic respiration. What it is known as? Anaerobic respiration. Okay, children? Now, since during respiration there is reaction of food with the oxygen, so it is also known as oxidation of food. It is also known as what? Oxidation of food. Okay, children? So in aerobic respiration, the food which is normally glucose, the simplest form of carbohydrate is glucose, it is completely broken down into carbon dioxide and water along with the liberation of huge amount of energy is known as aerobic respiration. Okay, children? While in anaerobic respiration, there is incomplete breakdown of food or incomplete oxidation of food to give different products in different organisms depending upon the availability of oxygen. Children, there are some organisms which need oxygen for respiration. They are known as aerobic organisms or aerobes. They are known as aerobes. And there are some organisms which can oxidize food in the limited supply of oxygen or in complete absence of oxygen. They are called anaerobes or anaerobic organisms. Okay, children? Now we were talking about the anaerobic organisms or anaerobic respiration. So, children, you might have felt that when we do heavy exercise, we feel muscular cramps or our muscles get fatigued. It is due to the fact that when we do heavy exercise, our body cells consume more and more energy. When they consume more and more energy, so in order to release more and more energy, they have to use more oxygen. And when they use more oxygen, they will be oxidizing food to liberate energy. But when we do heavy exercise, we breathe faster. Why do we breathe faster? In order to inhale more and more oxygen, so that when more and more oxygen is inhaled, it will help the body to break down more and more glucose to release more energy, and hence we will not be we will not feel tired, but we feel tired because of the anaerobic respiration taking place in muscles due to limited supply of oxygen. When limited supply of oxygen is there, the glucose in the muscle cells is incompletely broken down or incompletely oxidized to release lactic acid. To produce what? Lactic acid. Understand, children? So in muscles, the muscles get fatigued because of the formation of lactic acid due to the incomplete oxidation of glucose. Incomplete oxidation of glucose. Similarly, in organisms like yeast, they have an enzyme called dimer which break down glucose anaerobically, to ethyl alcohol, carbon dioxide, and water. Okay, along with the liberation of energy. Okay, children. So, but in aerobic respiration, the amount of energy liberated is more than the energy liberated in anaerobic respiration. And in aerobic respiration, the products are always the same, but in anaerobic respiration, there are different types of products depending upon the organisms. Okay, like we discussed here itself. Okay, then that day we discussed about the breathing. What is breathing? Breathing, we intake air from the surroundings. We intake air from the surroundings. The air is rich in oxygen. And we exhale air we exhale air out. That air is rich in carbon dioxide. Okay, children. So this process of intake of air rich in oxygen and exhaling of air rich in carbon dioxide is known as breathing. So breathing involves two steps. What are they? Inhalation. Inhalation means intake of air rich in oxygen and giving out air rich in carbon dioxide. Okay, children. Then breathing rate. Breathing rate is the rate, or we can say number of times we breathe in a minute. It is known as breathing rate. Okay. Let us write down breathing rate. We will start from here. Breathing rate. Breathing rate. The number of times a person breathes, the number of times a person breathes in a minute, the number of times a person breathes in a minute. In a minute is termed as a breathing rate. It's called breathing rate. Normally, breathing rate of an individual, rate of a healthy individual, of a healthy adult is 15 to 18 times per minute. 15 to 18 times per minute. Okay, children? Go down. So breathing rate depends upon the type of physical that we are doing. If we are simply sitting and taking rest, the breathing rate will be less. And if we are running, the breathing rate will be fast. Okay, children? So there are in page number 111, you are given some of the activities. You got 10.3. You got 10.3. You can see the physical activities. There are one activity. See all of you. This shows the different types of breathing rate. So first is, we can say sleeping. Second is washing clothes. Then third one is walking. Fourth is reading, or you can say studying. Fifth is climbing staircase, climbing a ladder, and several sixes running. So now, in which of these activities the breathing rate will be highest? Tell me. Breathing rate सबसे ज़्यादा किसमें होगा? Okay. Let us check. Okay, I am trying to see whether what can be done if the camera is blurred. Wait. Okay, we are trying to clean the camera, children. See. Now you check. और बेकार हो गया. सर कैमरा ना ब्लर दिखा रहा है. कैमरा ब्लर दिखा रहा है. कैमरा ब्लर दिखा रहा है. ये क्लियर नहीं आ रहा विजिबिलिटी. मैंने साफ भी किया इससे फिर भी नहीं हुआ. क्या कर सकते हैं? अभी इस कैमरे में दिक्कत है. क्या और नीचे नहीं बस क्लियर है. हाँ लेकिन वो तरह क्लियर नहीं है. हाँ वही तो बच्चे बोल रहे बार बार. तो क्या करें? ये तो बहुत बड़ा फोन करो सर को डीपी करके फोन रखो उधर इधर एग्जाम बुला लिया. हाँ बैठी थी आप जा रहे आप बुला लो. मैं वो बच्चे का यार वो
बहुत आ रहा है।
मैंने साफ भी किया तुम्हारा। Yes, children, we are trying to set the camera. Yes. Now is it okay, children? Now tell me, is it okay? Now answer please. Whether you are able to see clearly or not. Yes. Okay. Thank you.
एक मिनट, अभी एक और रखो।
इधर हाँ। नहीं अब थोड़ा सा कम होगी पहले।
हाँ हाँ वो हो जाएगी। गरम हो सही।
ये कैमरा क्लियर है। देखा भी जैसे मैं बताऊं। कम होगी पहले इसके पीछे।
ना बोर्ड भी तो आपकी वो नहीं दिख रहा था।
वो तो चलता था, मैं एडजस्ट कर लेता। क्लियर था, अब सही हो। पुअर विजिबिलिटी हो रही है, सर वेरी क्लियर। हाँ छोड़ो सर, अरे सर नहीं हम खराब Yes, children, now is the board clear? Okay, now here see the board. There are 6 activities given on the board, and we have to decide in which of these activities the breathing rate will be faster, and in which of these activities that breathing rate will be slower. Okay, let us decide. Okay, तो इन एक्टिविटीज में से हम लोग पहले अरेंज करेंगे। सबसे कम we will arrange these activities. We will arrange these activities in the increasing order of breathing rate. We will arrange these activities in the order of increasing breathing rate. सबसे कम breathing rate कितना होगा? Now, arrange these activities in increasing order of breathing rate. Increasing order of breathing rate. ठीक है, तो सबसे कम ब्रीथिंग रेट किसमें होगा? सबसे कम ब्रीथिंग रेट स्लीपिंग में किसमें होगा? स्लीपिंग में सबसे कम किसमें होगा? स्लीपिंग सबसे कम। उसके बाद स्लीपिंग, उसके बाद रीडिंग, उसके बाद then walking, then climbing, then climbing के बाद washing clothes, then So let us change this. Yes. Somebody has written, sir, in sleeping, reading, walking, climbing ladder, washing clothes, running. Very good. तो ये हो जाएगा रनिंग. ओके. तो सबसे ज्यादा किसका होगा? Sleeping में, then reading book, then walking, then climbing, then washing clothes, and then okay. Okay, like this. सबसे फास्ट running, washing clothes, climbing, walking, reading, sleeping. Noted? Have you noted, children? Okay, now Ravi. You can see the rate of breathing in different activities. You can experience yourself. Now let us see mechanism of breathing. How do we breathe? Okay. How do we breathe? Mechanism of breathing it is. Mechanism of breathing. How do we breathe? Mechanism of breathing. See, children, we breathe air through our nostrils. However, we also breathe sometimes through our mouth, but it is not a good practice. It is not a good practice to breathe air through our mouth. Okay, because when we breathe through our mouth, there might be some dust particles or some microorganisms that may enter along with the air. Okay, and they may create some problem in our body. So it is always advised to breathe through our nostrils, because in nostrils there are minute hairs which prevent the entry of dust particles and other harmful microorganisms, and there is sticky substance in the nostrils in which the harmful particles they stick and they do not allow them to enter our body. Understand? So it is always advised to breathe through our nostrils only. Okay, children? Is it clear? Okay. Now, see what is the air is taken through our nostrils. It goes to the nasal cavity, then it passes to the windpipe, and then it goes to the lungs. Okay. So the respiratory organs in our body are breathing involves, you all know, breathing involves two steps. Breathing involves two steps. We all know inhalation and exhalation. Inhalation and exhalation. Okay, children? We normally take in air through our nostrils, then this air reaches nasal cavity, and from nasal cavity it reaches lungs, and from nasal cavity it reaches lungs. Lungs. Okay. Lungs are present in chest cavity. Diaphragm forms the floor of the chest cavity. ठीक है? तो क्या क्या आपके ब्रीदिंग के ऑर्गन्स हो गए? सबसे पहले nostrils, then nasal cavity, then lungs are enclosed in the chest cavity and the diaphragm. These are the organs involved in breathing. What are these? They are nostrils, nasal cavity, lungs, chest cavity, and diaphragm. Please note down, children. Okay. Breathing involves movement of ribs and diaphragm. Okay. So breathing involves movement of ribs and diaphragm. Okay, children. So you might have seen what are ribs. Ribs are nothing but the a network of bones which surround our chest cavity, which contains softer organs like heart and lungs. Okay. So rib cage surrounds the softer organs. Okay. Please note down. Noted? So shall I rub this? Children? Shall I rub this? Now I'm rubbing the board, children. Shall I rub the board? You tell me. Please give response. Okay. Now how the different movements of ribs and background takes place during inhalation and exhalation. Let us see. Please see, children. You can observe in your body itself what are the changes that take place during breathing. Okay, breathing involves two steps, inhalation and exhalation, and how does inhalation and exhalation involve the movements of ribs and diaphragm? Let us see. See, you take a deep breath. What happens? The ribs appear to move up and outwards. And the diaphragm moves down. The diaphragm appears to move down. Okay, what does this do? This increases the volume of the chest cavity. So this happens during inhalation. What happens during inhalation? During inhalation, the ribs move up and outwards, and the diaphragm goes down, and this increases the volume of the chest cavity, which allows the rushing of air into the lungs. It fills the air. Okay. Now, during exhalation, what happens? During exhalation, you leave the air. What happens? The ribs will move down and inwards. The ribs will move down and inwards, and the diaphragm comes back to its original position. So this reduces the size of the chest cavity. This reduces the size of the chest cavity, and hence the air rushes out of the lungs. The air rushes out of the lungs. Is it clear? Is it clear, children? Is the mechanism of breathing clear? Is mechanism of breathing clear, children? Because in the exams they will ask definitely about the mechanism of breathing. So let us write down. Okay, children? Let us write. This is very important word. This is the very important mechanism of breathing. During inhalation, ribs move up and outwards. Ribs move up and outwards. And diaphragm moves down, and diaphragm moves down. इससे क्या होता है? This increases the space of our chest cavity. This increases space in our chest cavity. This increases space in our chest cavity, and thus air rushes into it. Rushes into it. Rushes into the lungs. Okay. Now what happens during exhalation? अब exhalation में क्या होता है? During exhalation, ribs move down. Down and inwards. Ribs move down and inwards. While diaphragm moves up to its former position. While diaphragm moves up to its former position. Okay, children? This reduces the size of the chest cavity. Reduces the size of the chest cavity. And air is pushed out of the lungs. Air is pushed out of the lungs. Okay? Please note down that Please note down. Children, don't use these intercostal muscles because this is not in your syllabus as of now. Okay, you will study these things in higher classes. Up to 7th class, you learn about these things that during inhalation, this moves up and outwards while the diaphragm moves down. So this increases the volume or the space inside the chest cavity and thus air rushes into it. Okay, and during exhalation, what happens? The ribs move down and up. Move inwards and down, and diaphragm comes up to its normal position. Thus, it reduces the size of the chest cavity, so the air escapes out of the chest cavity. Okay, please note down. Note कर लिया? Then you have to draw figure 10.4 in your notebook. Draw. You have to draw figure 10.4. 10.4 in your notebook. Okay, children? So shall I rub the board, children? Shall I rub the board? Hurry up. Note it down. Now I'm rubbing, children. Children. Now they normally ask you what percentage of oxygen is present in the inhaled air. So we all know, we have studied in lower classes. We have studied in class 6 the composition of air. What is there in air? Air is a mixture of gases. Mainly it contains nitrogen, which is 78%. Oxygen, it is nearly 21%, and 1% other gases like helium, hydrogen, neon, argon, etc. Okay, children? So these are gases present in the atmosphere. Now they ask what is the percentage of oxygen in the inhaled air and the percentage of carbon dioxide in the inhaled air or exhaled air. Okay, children? So let us see. You can see your textbook. There you will find the figure showing the percentage of inhaled air and exhaled air. Inhaled air and exhaled air. Inhaled air and exhaled air. These are the lungs. Inhaled air contains 21% oxygen, 21% oxygen. Okay, and 0.04% carbon dioxide. 0.04% carbon dioxide. And exhaled air contains 16.4% oxygen, 16.4, and 4.4 oxygen, 4.4 carbon dioxide, sorry, 4.4% carbon dioxide. These figures you have to learn. Okay, children? तो इनहेल एयर में कितना परसेंट ऑक्सीजन होता है? जितना परसेंट एयर में होता है, कितना परसेंट होता है एयर में? 21%. और इनहेल एयर में कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड कितना होता है? 0.04%. Okay, children? Now let us talk about the exhaled air. So we use nearly 21 minus 16.4. How much? It is 5.6. I think 4.6% oxygen. The muscles of our body use. Muscles of our body use nearly 4.6%. 21 minus 16.4. Okay, children. And rest of the carbon dioxide is released. Okay, children. So please note down. Please note down. Now we have to see the respiratory organs of different organisms. You can read in your textbook also. I will simply write the respiratory organs of different organisms, and you have to go through your textbook. Okay? Now Ravi. Respiratory organs of different organisms. Respiratory organs in different organisms. Respiratory organs in different organisms. Respiratory organs in different organisms. First, let us see cockroach organism, giving a look at respiratory organ. Respiratory organ. So, organism will write first of all cockroach. Cockroach के respiratory organs होते हैं tracheae, spiracles. Okay, you can go through your textbook. Then earthworm. Earthworm is respired through its moist skin. You might have seen that earthworm respired through its moist skin. Have you ever seen an earthworm which is completely dry? No, you can never see a living earthworm which is completely dry, because if the skin of the earthworm is completely dry, then the earthworm cannot respire. And once it cannot respire, it cannot live. Okay? So earthworm respires with its moist skin. Moist skin. Okay? Then fishes respire through gills. They absorb Oxygen that is dissolved in water. Plants, they respire through stomata. Stomata are tiny pores present on the surface of the leaves. Okay, children? So this is done. Okay. Now, what you have to do? You have to complete the exercise, read the summary, complete the exercise in your notebook. Okay, children? Complete the exercise in your notebook. Children, complete the exercise in your notebook, and I will also send the size of the same assignment in your Google Classroom. Okay, children? Is it okay? So with this organisms. Now I want to tell you, children. So there will be no science classes for you for the next 15 days because I will be on leave. Okay, children? But you have to continue your studies. You have to revise your chapters. Is it clear, everyone? सुनाई दिया आपको? There I will be on leave for next 15 days. Okay, children? So you have to continue your studies. Keep working. Keep solving the questions of the chapters. Keep revising the chapters that we have done so far. Okay? Is it clear, children? So keep studying at home and do not waste your time. Stay healthy and stay safe. Okay? Now, so I repeat that for the next 15 days there will be no science classes for you, I think, because I will be on leave. Okay, children? So you have to revise the chapters that we have already learned about them, and do not forget to solve the questions of these chapters, read the summary. Okay, children? Okay? So, now for now, I'm asking you to complete the exercise of this chapter, respiration in organisms. So, whenever we will meet next time, we will start a new chapter. What is the name of that chapter? Can you tell me? What is the name of that next chapter? Next chapter कौन सा है बताओ बेटा? What is the next chapter that we will study? That we will be studying, children? Tell me. What is the name of the next chapter? Rajab. Transportation in animals and plants. Very good. Okay. So this chapter we will study, but during this period of 14 to 15 days, you please keep revising at home. Okay, children? Thank you and have a nice day.